The Finns were horribly outnumbered. They only had 21,000 soldiers and some anti-tank guns. This David versus Goliath battle was called the Winter War. Finland asked other countries for help fighting Stalin's forces, but only its neighbor Sweden responded. At the outbreak of World War II, Sweden had declared itself neutral, but it supplied Finland with ammunition, small arms or guns, some airplanes, and artillery. Those supplies didn't look like enough to beat Stalin, but the Finnish troops proved to be physically strong, well-disciplined, and excellent marksmen. They also took on the Soviet threat with a fighting spirit. When one Finnish soldier heard about the massive Soviet army coming across the border, he said, "There are so many Russians, and our country so small. Where will we find room to bury them all?" The Finns spread their troops across the country. Some were stationed on the eastern border to intercept Soviet invaders. Since the heaviest fighting would be on the isthmus, Finnish troops amassed along the Mannerheim Line, named for their leader, Marshal Karl Gustav Mannerheim. While the Soviets outnumbered the Finns almost 5-1, they had some serious problems. First of all, Stalin was jealous of anybody who might be more intelligent or powerful than himself. To make sure no one would challenge him, Stalin executed his best military leaders, or banished them to labor camps. As a result, his army was often disorganized and poorly trained. The Soviets also struggled against Finland's terrain and weather. The bitter cold made everything more difficult, including flying. Soviet pilots rarely got off the ground because at Finland's far latitude, how far north they were, there were few daylight hours. Another problem was the Soviets' dark uniforms. Marching across the snow-white landscape, the Soviet soldiers were clear targets for the Finns. Regardless of how many Soviet soldiers were killed, Stalin just sent more.